This is Nuance with Nikki, the nitty gritty, even if it's shitty. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. I just want to say how proud I am of these young people for registering their concern and saying, we think we perceive some kind of racism around the beaches. We don't want to make false accusations. We just want to be sure. I just want to say, guys, I'm proud of you for noticing it, proud of you for calling it out, and even proud of the classy way that we've handled it. So, guys, let's just see what they have to say, and then Nikki's going to give her 2 cents. Take it away, you guys.
Oh, darling, enjoy.
So I'm starting to notice this very racist trend on social media, more specifically on TikTok, where people show videos of a place or an event and they showcase the attendance at the place. More specifically, it's been Clifton Beach. And now recently I saw a video of Wild Waters in the east of Joburg. So people show a video of the place, and based on the race that's in attendance at the place, the reaction tends to be more negative the more black people are at the place. Like if you notice the videos at Clifton Beach, a lot of people are complaining about the amount of people at Clifton Beach because there's more black people there. I can guarantee you, if Clifton Beach was as crowded with only white people, none of you would be complaining. But because there are more black faces in attendance in areas and events around South Africa, it's become a problem. And you ask yourself, why?
My honey bunny, you are not imagining things. You're not imagining things. You are very, very sharp. And what I'm proud of is how kind you are trying to be about this. But Mama's going to tell you, listen, Oaks, I called it. I called it earlier this year in my video, Give Black South Africans Some Peace. Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh, yari. Okay, I'm on the wrong thing there. I called it. Watch. I was calling out the trends around racism towards black people, and I mentioned it earlier this year.
Either side.
Every December, some South African wants to come and talk about beaches. I don't want to hear that this year.
Okay, is not a new trend, you Oaks. So let's look at this young lady who owns this channel. I just stumbled upon it. I don't know this channel. Wendy Royal. I've just subscribed. I am going to play her voice a bit fast. She has a very calm, serene, zen way of talking. She does explain that. I'm going to make it just a bit faster. And then let's listen to what she has to say. And please give her and that boy the credit, a young man, the credit for how nuanced a response they're trying to have. Not that you owe that to anybody, Bookie, because this is enough now. It's enough already.
So, darling, I want us to be careful to not use this video to promote racist ideals or racist stereotypes. But why is it that the majority of people had negative comments about South Africans flooding the beaches and going in droves to attend the beaches, especially around December? Close to the festive season, we see a lot of South Africans going to the beach. It's like a very common thing. And as I was going through the comment section, most of the people had a negative opinion on South Africans coming to the beach and celebrating. They were not, I want a nice word, they had no melanin. They were, majority had Afrikaans surnames, and majority were either white or colored or Indian. And I don't want people to take this information and say all white people are bad, or all colored people are bad, or all Indian people are bad. No, there were actually reasonable white people and colored people and black people in the comment section who were actually sending positive messages and all that. But my focus today is the negative comments, and they confuse me. They confuse me, but they also frustrate.
I'm going to just read some of the positive comments that you put up there, because thank you for acknowledging everybody. Thank you for being fair and giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. But baby, don't be confused. Don't be confused. You have a right to be angry. Don't be polite about it. So, a white lady there saying, this is so cool. What a vibe. That's what the beach is for. Let people enjoy. Cape Town is for all. Love this so much. Cape Town is for all South Africans. South African flag, Rainbow Nation. Yes, my brother. And gee, okay, I can't see the races of all of those people because you put out their names, but I trust that you were putting lots of different races there. That's what we do, right? That's how you were raised, my angel.
In the comment section who were actually sending positive messages and all that. But my focus today is the negative comments, and they confuse me. They confuse me, but they also frustrated me, because how are you in a African country annoyed at the fact that Africans who are native to the land, in a country where 80% of the demographic is African or Black, of African descent, why are you offended that these people once in a while decide to hold and have fun at a beach? It's not like it's a frequent thing. No, Black people don't go to the beach all the time. The majority of the people are working. They only get free time.
Baby, you are 100% right. You're not crazy. You're not imagining anything. You don't have to say nice words like melanated people. Black people, white people. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, colored and Indian people, if they were being cuck, say it. Say it. There is nothing new about this. And clearly those people have become so piperach, they've become so cowardly that from what you're describing, it sounds like they're not doing it with chutzpah anymore. 5 minutes ago, historically, my love, 5 minutes ago, historically, I want to say this article is from 2018. This lady was arrested for calling people monkeys. People need to learn this by now. I'll explain the history as I remember it. Guys, I may be apartheid born, but I actually am quite young, and I was only paying attention so much, okay? So I'll show you the story from a couple years ago. I want to show you how deep this history runs, and then this has been a political thing. Okay, so please listen to this article because I don't have my glasses now.
The article, in addition,
okay, just give me a second, guys. Please be patient with me. Okay, there we go.
South African woman faces criminal charges over racist tweets. This article is more than 8 years old. Democratic Alliance lays charges against former member Penny Sparrow, whose diatribe about rubbish on a beach compared black revelers to monkeys.
Now you know it's racist if even the DA are calling you out. If even the DA... Come on. Penny Sparrow. Forgot her name.
South Africans enjoy Durban Beach on New Year's Day. Sparrow's Facebook post went from criticizing littering to declare, they think they can voice opinions, and get their way.
Okay, and listen to this. Listen now, nice bookies. She got time in jail, so we've been handling
A South African estate agent who described black people as monkeys on social media could face criminal charges after her comments reignited an angry debate about racism in the country. The Democratic Alliance, DA, the official opposition party, suspended Penny Sparrow's membership and promised to bring charges following a Facebook post in which she blamed black revelers for littering a beach during New Year's Eve celebrations in Durban. A party spokeswoman, Refilo Ntsiki, said the DA had referred Sparrow's conduct to its federal legal commission and expected she would be charged. Racists are not welcome in the DA, and have no place in our democratic South African society, she said. Attitudes of such vitriolic racism have absolutely no place in SA. To this end, the DA has laid criminal charges against Penny Sparrow, for investigation of crime and injuria for infringing the dignity of all South Africans and for dehumanizing.
So then, even the DA kicked her out. That's why people are getting passive-aggressive about it instead of aggressive. Baby, this goes back. But let's just go to a bit more comparatively recently. Spoiler alert, guys, this will contain the K word. I'm not sure if I can erase it. I do apologize for that. I'm not the one who said it. But guys, a South African man in Greece sent this to his WhatsApp group. His name was Adam Katsavelos. He was in Greece. Listen to what he said.
Let me give you a weather forecast here. Blue skies, beautiful day, amazing sea, and not one clean in sight. Fucking heaven on earth. You cannot beat this.
But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. South Africa handled him. Besides the fact that he did get jail time and he messed up his family business. His brother had to go for a long interview on 702. And there's even a video of him apologizing, this, that, and the other thing. Here's how he was mocked.
Let me give you a weather forecast here.
He's gonna get roasted. Guys, I've searched and searched and searched. I finally found South Africa's response to it. It was called the Adam Katsavelos Challenge, and I guess it was very popular on Twitter. They don't think there really was TikTok at this point in history.
Yo, what's up, Bakes? Let me give you a quick weather focus. Beautiful blue skies outside. The sun is shining. We just came back from the office now. Arriving at home. And our no little kid in sight. This is beautiful. Peace of mind. This is absolute heaven on earth. Can you believe it?
We're in Parklands. White skies, beautiful houses, and no clowns in sight. You can't beat this.
There's not a single boss in sight. Nothing at all. It's like heaven on earth. You can't beat this, baby.
Give you a weather forecast. Sunny skies, backyard, and look at this. Not one Liverpool supporter in sight. You cannot beat this. You cannot beat this.
Your quick weather forecast, yeah? Clear skies. It's a beautiful day. Wonderful environment. Not a Red Bull in sight, eh? You can't beat this, buddy.
No, you can't, eh?
You really can't beat that, buddy.
Clear skies, there's no dragons.
I haven't seen a monster or nothing today, man.
Yeah, we're pretty serious about what we do. We don't have time to play.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. You can't beat this.
Tangile blelinga me ma luma ka pelenyana. Zazi ke la diela. Mauruma bulo. Otoze mona. Ayi bone la ka bal gagana le manna. Kale. Tozende. Ira. Tangile blelinga me ma luma ka pelenyana.
I don't speak that language, so I'm so sorry if I didn't understand, but you could get the gist of it. Okay. This one.
Blue skies. Let me give you guys a quick forecast. Blue skies, green grass, and no cap.
Hey, Suga, man.
Breaking things at the same time, telling you. Too much.
Let me just give you a quick weather report. Blue skies.
Breaking things at the same time, telling you.
Awesome fire. Beautiful people. And not one single unhappy face at Saba Lodge with My Africa Twist. Cheers.
So people even used it as part of their advertising for their businesses, from what I can tell. And so it trended quite a lot. But there's nothing new about this, Oaks. There's nothing new about this. Let's see if we can find Adam Katsavelos apologizing. South Africa did deal with it. South Africa did deal with this. Okay? So I don't want anybody to come around and say, like, we dealt with Penny Sparrow, even the DA kicked her out. And Adam Katsavelos.
I, Adam Katsavelos, acknowledge and admit that I, on the 12th day of August 2018, made a selfie video of myself while on a beach on holiday in Greece, where I made a racial slur using the K word with reference to black South Africans in general. When I watched the video, not by choice I might add, but in certain circumstances I've had to, for example with my lawyers, I am truly disgusted, horrified, and ashamed of my behavior.
His kids' private school separated themselves from him. His whole family business got into trouble for this. As usual with scandals across South Africa made sure they found him. We are looking for this boy. Anyone who knows him, his name and where he's based, please DM me. Oh my gosh. Shame. To the point where I'm saying shame man about the wife. To the point where yeah, look, his jobs came out, the EFF came for him and they opened a criminal case. Like, it went down, guys. It went down. To the point where Eusebius Makaiser, who interviewed his brother Nick, was very hard on him, but eventually said, hey, guys, maybe we should back down. So please don't say that South Africa hasn't dealt with this, but also that we are tired, guys. We're tired of this thing. So no, Gen Z, you are not crazy. You are good to see it. It's well done.
On the holiday season. And one information that I also got from the video, especially in Cape Town, for example, the students that were at the beach were actually matriculants. Majority were matriculants. And it's a very known trend that around November, I think, students go to celebrate on the beach in Cape Town. And Durban, usually December time, most African or Black families go to the beach.
Guys, this goes deep. I don't have to show you apartheid videos of how people didn't, they weren't allowed even to be on beaches. I want to show you a documentary that you're unlikely to have seen. Now, I doubt you've seen this video. You probably have to have worked in film to have seen it. It was made by a British girl, descendant of South African colored people. Just have a look.
People got to go to beaches with soft sand and gentle waves, images. When I was 4 years old, my father told me a story filled with contrasting images. Dark-skinned people were forced out of their homes, and light-skinned people moved into those spaces. Dark-skinned people were forced to drive on roads with potholes, and light-skinned people got to drive on smooth roads. But the final image stood out the most. Light-skinned people got to go to beaches with soft sand and gentle waves, and dark-skinned people had to go to beaches with jagged rocks and...
Guys, there are still people in this documentary who are insecure because when they go into water, there's this colored lady in this documentary, she sees it every time she goes into water as an act of activism. And so in the story that you're seeing now on the screen, Water is Water, is because what happened was the police, there used to be a line between where colored people are allowed to go on holiday and where white people used to be allowed to go on holiday, right? And so right there in the middle of the water, the police were trying to tell, because the colored crowd was starting to move towards the white side, and the police were trying to tell them to move to their own side, right? And their response was, Water is water.
Police were getting more and more agitated, telling them to...
Light-skinned people got to go to beaches with soft sand and gentle waves, and dark-skinned people had to go to beaches with jagged rocks and riptides.
The police were getting more and more agitated, telling them to move away from this imaginary line, and they were waving at them and they were saying, Water is water.
Right? And so what you mentioned earlier was how people's homes were bulldozed, guys. People's homes were bulldozed, and they were moved away from beaches that had originally been theirs. And so you had black and colored people from that generation tell stories. So I'm going to invite people from that generation, please go and tell stories. And whether there are those colored people who are victims of this, or whether you are those kinds of colored people who are perpetrators of this, like I've said before on this channel, and I'll say it again, there's nothing more stupid than a racist colored person. You are propping up systems that you shouldn't be propping up. The majority of us, as this girl acknowledged, aren't like that. Okay, but there's still that stigma. So this is how I remember South Africa shifting into a world. I got to go to beaches in the year 1990s. Separate Amenities Act. I got to go to a beach in 1990. That was when the Separate Amenities Act was repealed. Okay, so I would have been 6 years old. I went to Transkei. I don't believe it's called that anymore. But just so that you know, separate amenities was here. Okay, in case you're new to South Africa, we couldn't even use the same buses. Couldn't even pull a Harriet Tubman. Okay, but beaches were a huge part of that, right? Beaches were a big part of that. And so this is a British law, as usual. The laws for most of the what we call apartheid laws were actually from the British Union of South Africa long before that. See, look at how old it is. 1953. Right? The Union of South Africa. Okay? Unusual. B. It's enacted by the Queen's Most Excellent Majesty and the Senate in the House of the Assembly of the Union of South Africa as follows. Then, public premises, public vehicles such as buses. This goes deep, guys. It goes deep. Now, what I'm about to show you here may be about taxis, but the theme is of black people being allowed to enter white spaces, right? So these guys can't go to the white taxi. There's a reason in the movie why not. This is set in South Africa, set in Pretoria. The movie's called Escape from Pretoria, right? So they don't want to be detected because they just escaped from prison. But they're in plain clothes. However, where do they have to end up going? Just have a look. Even the sign there says, whatever for whites. And they went to the black taxi rank.
Go, come on.
Three to Joburg.
The white rank's that way.
No, this rank is fine.
Okay. The lock's not working anymore.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Get in.
See, it says they're non-white taxi. It says right on the taxi.
Rise and shine, ladies.
It says right on the taxi over there, non-white taxi. And so, of course, these boys had escaped from a prison because this whole cell over here is for white anti-apartheid activists. And these ones were just lucky enough to get away. Of course, in the modern day, you wouldn't be able to pull something like this off. But the point is, young people, you are not crazy. You are absolutely right to be picking up on this. You're very
I was
shocked.
angry when I saw those comments because you're telling me that people who work hard every single day and majority earn bare minimum wages cannot have a moment in time to actually enjoy the beauty that is the natural nature in South Africa.
Very insightful of you, my love. You see, no matter what people like this think, this sign over here was a sign of a growing, healing country. This is the sign of the resilience of black people. Many of those were not that wealthy, at the time. This would have been around the time that I was a young adult, in my 20s or something, maybe even still a teen. Okay? And what I see here is a group of people who had never been allowed at the beach, who are now able to provide that for their children. They were no longer able to, and I saw that when I was younger too, even though I couldn't express it. They were no longer able to, they were no longer living hand to mouth anymore. But in order to make this possible, they would probably have to save the whole year, probably put up a stokvel, or what we call a kuzat, in the colored community, right? So they would often come, I suppose, in busloads, buses being cheaper than cars that they didn't afford. You know what I'm trying to say? And so yes, they would flood beaches, particularly the famous ones such as Durban and Cape Town, not having access with public transport to the poorer ones. But they made a way.
They made a way. So no matter what the haters say, this is a sign of Black resilience. And you are not imagining it. And it is something that is not just your right, absolutely your right, but it is your responsibility to speak out against these kinds of attitudes. So I'm proud of you. Don't let anybody gaslight you and say that you're not seeing what you're seeing. You are. This has a long history, even in our new democracy. And while we have come a long way, we've still got a long way to go. I'm proud of you guys. Take care. Nuance with Nikki, the nitty gritty, even if it's shitty. This was an uncomfortable one.